Hello friends, and welcome back to our channel and the Saint Story for Kids. It's me again, Joseph, your host. In this episode, we are going to meet a very interesting saint. She is usually called Holy Washerwoman. Yes, friends, you heard it right, Holy Washerwoman. Saint Hunna, often called the Holy Washerwoman, was a 7th century noblewoman from the Alsace region of modern-day France. She is most famous for her radical humility, choosing to perform menial tasks for the poor despite her high social status. She is the patroness of laundresses, laundry workers, and washerwomen. And her feast day is April 15th. She was canonized by Pope Leo X in 1520. So friends, let us take a look and dive deeper into her story. Not much is known about her, but she was the daughter of a duke and born into a privileged life. She married Hana of Hana, a nobleman and aristocrat. They had one son. Her family was influenced by the former bishop and hermit Saint Deodatus of Nevers, who inspired her to serve her poor neighbors. In addition to caring for her family, home, and estate, while her husband traveled for political and diplomatic reasons, she spent her time in prayer and visited her neighbors daily, caring for the sick and providing them with religious instruction, cooking, cleaning, bathing, and childcare, as well as washing and replacing their clothes, which earned her the name the Holy Washerwoman. When she found clothes that were too threadbare to mend, she often replaced them with new ones at her own expense. Her son, who was named after Deodatus and was baptized by him, became a monk at the monastery he founded in Busserine, in northeastern France, and also became a saint. Scholar Jane Tibbets Schulenberg placed Hana in the tradition of what she called the domestic saint, or holy housekeeper. Pious and noble women in the Middle Ages, who, like Hana, conducted public roles such as founders and abbesses of convents, but whose popular and local fame rested on her pious activity of washing the clothing of the poor, from where she received her nickname. While Saint Hunna was known more for her profound humility than for spectacular, high-profile miracles during her life, several miraculous graces and traditional stories are associated with her. Here are the miracles and holy signs related to Saint Hunna. Firstly, the healing well at Hana, one of the most lasting testaments to her holiness, is a holy healing well established near her shrine in Hana. For centuries, this well was visited by pilgrims seeking physical and spiritual healing through her intercession. Secondly, posthumous miracles. According to historical records of her canonization, numerous miracles were attributed to her after her death in 679 AD. These reports of intercessory healings were so consistent that Pope Leo X formally canonized her in 1520. Thirdly, a saint-making mother. While not a miracle in the supernatural sense, it is often highlighted as a miraculous sign of her holiness that she successfully raised another saint. Her son, Saint Deodatus, also known as Dai, who went on to found a monastery and lead a life of great sanctity. Fourthly, the miracle of daily service. Local traditions often frame her daily endurance as miraculous. She worked to the point of complete physical exhaustion to serve the poor. And many saw her ability to maintain such intense charity while still fulfilling her noble duties as a sign of divine grace. Her relics were originally kept in Hana, France, where a holy healing well was established near her shrine. Although her relics were destroyed during the Reformation, she remains a powerful symbol of hidden holiness in everyday tasks. Saint Hunna's life offers several practical lessons that remain relevant today, especially regarding how we view work and service. Number 1. The dignity of lowly work. Hana teaches that no task is too small or beneath someone. By choosing to wash the dirty clothes of the poor despite her noble status, she demonstrated that the value of work comes from the love put into it, not the prestige of the job itself. Number 2. Radical humility. In a 7th century society where social classes were strictly separated, Hana ignored her rank to become a servant. Her life is a reminder to check our egos and be willing to help others in ways that might be physically demanding or socially unattractive. Number 3. Hidden holiness. She didn't perform her charity on a stage. She did it in the quiet, repetitive cycles of daily life. She shows that you don't need a massive platform to make a difference. Consistency in small acts of kindness can lead to a legendary legacy. Number 4. Practical charity. Hana didn't just pray for the poor, she provided for their immediate physical needs. Her example encourages us to look for tangible ways to help, whether that's donating clothes, helping a neighbor with chores, or providing a meal. Number 5. Influence through action. Her son, Saint Diodatus, became a saint, largely because he watched his mother live out her faith. This teaches that the best way to lead or mentor others is through personal example, rather than just words. Now, friends, let us end our session today with a simple prayer inspired by the life of Saint Hunna. Dear Lord, give me the hands of Saint Hunna, willing to do the work that others avoid. Help me to see the dignity in every task and the worth in every person I meet. Teach me to serve with a humble heart, finding joy in the quiet acts of kindness that no one else may see. May my daily chores become a sacrifice of love, and may I always be ready to lighten the burdens of others. Amen. Thank you, friends, for watching and joining me in the interesting story of Saint Hunna, the holy washerwoman. I hope you can be inspired by her. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more faith-inspiring contents, reflections, and stories of our saints. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and may the Lord bless and keep you always.